it's time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass of your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess man. We install doubt in you and your yes man. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? Close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rockets? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? Close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Going big, going big. Everybody thought they know the click. Way too many when they noticed it. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everybody thought.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Ain't
no such thing as a loss. We take
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Brissett. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready? 59. Mine's 59. You better be afraid of me.
Now Riddick. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play action now. Brissett. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive. Starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked him, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On second and 15 now. Trubisky. We're hauling it in, Nelson. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
That's a what? Check 24. Check 24. Alert.
To throw again on second down. Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Alert. Alpha.
On second and 11 now. Trubisky looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is Riddick on the screen. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Let's go now. Check. Hey, come on. Check.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And that's caught by Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Drive on. Let's go. Mike 5'9". Ready.
To throw, Brissett. This is the tight end fan. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired up. That's a big game. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
You got 3 down. Check. 59. Let's go, defense. Let's go.
From the 16, Brissett. He's got his big tight end fan. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Bears take over. Let's go. Do it. At their own 25-yard line.
That's bitches.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Give them a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A first down throw for Brissett. This is Fant on the short completion. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Third and short yardage, Brissett. Escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Oh, warum
This
bleibt
is
ihr
caught by
stehen?
Robinson. And
Das war
able to
doch
get
so
it across the
klar drauf.
20 before they get to him. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
A gain of 13 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Get wide.
49, check 49, check 49.
They run, Montgomery. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running back.
Big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now it's Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season.
Lock in.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He finds Robinson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Trubisky will throw.
Oh,
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Alter, fahr das Ding doch mal.
Incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Oh.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
Alter, was machst du?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky.
Endlich mal.
Intercepted.
Endlich mal.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Brissett now. Completes it to Fant on the right side. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such...
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Brissett. And he's got his man on the out route. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Brissett.
Oh, is weer verdom. Is weer verdom. Is weer verdom.
Picked off by Prince Amukamara. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail. Out of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play action. Now Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So, the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now Trubisky to throw. And he he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Will Parks. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And
Oh,
that is
man.
incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Brissett. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
65, 65, 65.
They'll go again with Lindsey.
Oh,
And they work this
I
near
know.
the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
At the Bears' 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. On second down, a run with Lindsey.
Was Marcus
And there
toen
is
schijt
nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
It's third down and goal to go.
Let's get it.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
You ain't got no echo. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Torrey Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Now McManus for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. Third down here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Rabbit. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Throwing. Brissett. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On the ready. Check. 59. Watch the slant.
Play fake. Brissett. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently, neither guy is immune.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
And the Bears 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. first down. Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown on the season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Brissett.
Ajde, Bohin
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. To throw, Brissett. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Trubisky now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. This one into the hands of Burton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Oh, no, lost the football.
Oh, man.
The Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd and goal, Trubisky.
Jawohl.
His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Will Parks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Brissett now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the feet, and got his man complete. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. As a defense, what a nuisance when you look on the other side and they've got a tight end that can run a post route like that.
And you felt the ground shake, didn't you? Oh, even all the way up here in this booth. How about when he grabbed the football? You could see the terror as everyone was thinking, do I even want to try and tackle that big man?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Bissett. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They toss to Freeman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll run with Lindsey, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7, but now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. McManus's point after is good, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Von Miller. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bears' 40-yard line.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Denver, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.